Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name's Noelle, aka Makeup Esquire. We're live. How is everyone doing on this lovely Sunday? Today we're getting ready for church. It's our usual Sunday live here at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on my Instagram and on my YouTube channel. Hey Stacy, hello everyone, welcome. We're starting out with a bare face today. I did not have time to prep today. As y'all see, I'm already a couple minutes late, so sorry about that. Always running around before this live. It's always something. But usually I try to put on my sunblock and at least get a brow on before I get up on here. But every once in a while, I don't mind y'all seeing my skin prep. Hello, everyone. Hey, Gabby. Hey, Anna. Hi. Thanks for joining, y'all. How y'all doing? So for today's live, we have some exciting things. I do have Sonia G's new brushes to showcase for y'all live. And then I also have the new vintage Ihodo. What is this, Weasel? I don't think it's technically Kalinsky, but she's good. Like I haven't used it yet, so it'll be the first time I'm using it on camera with y'all. You like watching the skin prep? Hey, Heather. Hey, Shannon. Thank you so much, Heather. I appreciate you. Yeah, so I just put on a little bit of the Tatcha SPF, and this is a mineral sunscreen, and she's a little pricey. So I might be the only one in the world that does this, but if I'm using like a really nice SPF on my face that I don't really want to like waste and put everywhere else, I'll use a different SPF on my neck. So I know it's extra, but I am trying to finish up this chemical sunscreen by Fenty, which I do like. It has a slight scent to it, but I like the scent. And my dermatologist just recommends that I use mineral for my face. But Fenty, when they came out with, and ignore this cut right here. I was dermaplaning earlier and I totally sliced my neck. But anyway, I'm not going to be in the sun for very long, but this is kind of how I apply my neck sunscreen with this little It Cosmetics brush, just to be more precise, because it's kind of like hard, especially with longer nails, to get in there, especially like my ears and places like that, and like the back of my neck. And then anything that's left, I just take it on my hands, because we want to protect our hands since they get a lot of sun exposure. My hair looks pretty today. Thank you so much, Stacy. I wanted to kind of switch it up since I've been doing the beach waves a lot, so y'all can see I just kind of did like a blowout, and then I used hot rollers, which I tend to be lazy about doing, but yeah. Which is why you don't dermaplane. I know, right? I know. But anyway, so I always rave about this Valentino brow pen, but I'm going to be using this today. It's probably my favorite brow pen out there that I've tried. And it was recently on sale on Sephora. So I mentioned it in my live where I did my Lashify eyelashes that I did on Monday, because it was Labor Day. So I had work off. And toward the end of that live, I'm just going to do a little primer here. This is the Sealed by Topicals Active Scar Primer. I'm filming this, if y'all are able to tell at all, a slight differentiation in the quality if you're watching on YouTube. I am filming on my iPhone to see if there's any difference, because there's been a couple times that I've been live, and if I'm going live on my phone, it's almost like the YouTube algorithm pushed it out like a lot more. And I'm just trying to figure out what it is. Like if it has anything to do with me streaming on my phone. Right now it's not looking like anything crazy. But I'm also trying to, I'm suspecting that it could have to do with like the orientation that I film in. If it has anything to do with me filming vertically versus horizontally. I know that people prefer, I always like, because I just washed my hair before this and blow dried it. I love taking this like Color Wow. It's basically like a brown eyeshadow, but I have it in dark brown. And I like to just kind of like fill in my front hairline right there. Because, I don't know. I just feel like I look a little bit bald otherwise. Just right there, mainly. There. I don't know why. It's just, maybe it's just me, but to me it makes a big difference. So, I was saying, I got a comment a while back about when I was streaming on my phone that people prefer the horizontal way that I film so that the entire screen is filled up. Because a lot of times people watch my content on my YouTube channel on their TV. So interestingly enough, the 2 times that I have streamed that I've gotten like the most views on lives have been when I'm streaming vertically. So I don't know if it's like because most people are, oops, no, I didn't mean to use that side. Most people are using their phones. Like a lot of, maybe it pushes it out to a lot of people who are using their cell phones to view my content. I don't know. So I'm just trying to figure it out. So today I just figured the difference already in having a brow done and not having a brow done. So I'm just trying to see if there's any difference in the algorithm pushing my content out depending on what I'm using to stream or how I'm streaming it. Yeah. So please make sure to like on your way in. And make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. Like I said, I go live here and I get ready for church at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every Sunday. And yeah, I love hanging out with y'all. What's everyone up to today? The only thing I don't like about horizontal streaming is that I have to kind of like scroll up to see your guys' comments. Right, Heather? Dermaplaning is a huge game changer when it comes to how your makeup applies. Totally. Although it comes with the risk of cutting yourself. Exhibit A. You just have to be careful. But I completely agree. Once I've started, like, I haven't gone back. You definitely prefer horizontal. Okay, thanks for that feedback. It looks more clear. Interesting. Interesting. Because I invested in a vlog camera to stream live because I thought that that would be more clear for y'all. So thank you for that feedback. Hey Sonia, how are you? Happy Sunday. Good to see you. Lazy Sunday, aren't those the best? What I love about this brow trio is that I particularly like the brow pen side of it. But the other side that I just used, the pencil's really great too. So is the spoolie. But it's just great that you have the option of having it all in one. The reason I usually do my brows off camera is because I could be a perfectionist about my brows. So I try to spare y'all, but this is pretty much how I do my brows. You love that brow trio, Stacy? I know, right? Isn't it great? So I'm just using the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer, the shade Custard, and I just carve it out a little bit, just to kind of give us a nice base for eyeshadow, and then also to just kind of clean them up. Oh, your sister came from across the room. Oh my god, are you gonna live again this week? Oh, so she must remember me from last week. Same time, same place. I'm like, duh, every Sunday at 3 p.m. Hell yes, I love that. That means I'm being consistent. Oh, thank you, Heather. I have the most gorgeous brows. I really appreciate that. I've never thought that of myself. But, you know, you just got to work with what you have. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all I do. I don't really complicate the brow situation. I've tried so many different types of brows. I've tried to do like the brow gel and like slicking it like first, but I then find that sometimes it's hard for like the brow products to stick if I use the brow gel first. I don't know. And then I use the shade Ginger if I need to cover up anything or like color correct a little bit before going in with concealer. So just kind of like these darker areas around the mouth and underneath the eyes with the other side of this It Cosmetics brush that like everybody and their mother probably has, right? Okay. So that just gives us a pretty good base, I think. You know what I wanted to try today? I was watching, who is it? Not Lisa Eldridge, not Sam Chapman, Dua Lipa's makeup artist. Why am I blanking? Kitty Jane Hughes. Yes. Kitty Jane Hughes was on live and she did her makeup the other day because she's talking about how she's coming out with some new like lip and eyeliners, and I was able to catch her live and she did her eyebrows and then she went on to her lips and then she did like an underpainting technique. So I figured I would try to kind of replicate the way she did the order of her makeup. Her, like all-purpose liners that she's coming out with soon seem really cool. Like you can use them on the eyes and you can use them on the lips. This is just the Isamaya contour stick in the shade Oak. I kind of like giving myself like a little bit of a shadow to just kind of start to define my lips, because as we get older we start to kind of lose that definition. So this kind of helps me see where I want to put my lip liner. So I normally don't do lips first, and today I'm like hesitating too because I was thinking I would do a red lippy with y'all today, like a bright lippy. So I think it'll kind of look weird if I did my lips first, but we should just, it doesn't work for you, Stacy, the underpainting. Yeah, let me know your feedback about how y'all feel about underpainting. Hey, Brittany, how are you? Welcome. So I pulled this Hourglass one out because every day that I come on here live, I'm like, I think about, like on the same day, I start to kind of think about what kind of look I want to do for y'all. And like, I want to switch it up and like use different products. Of course. Oh, thank you so much. From Instagram, we're getting some comments in. If I get my hair colored, should I also tell my stylist to color my brows? That's a good question. So, oh, by the way, I was going to be using this Hourglass. It's like the ultra slim lipstick. It's so underrated. I never see anybody talk about it. I even had to Google to see if they still made this before I brought it out for y'all today. And before I even start to actually go in on it, I want to like prep with my Sarah Creel lip primer. I'll get back to the question in just a second. So they still do have this. I just never see anybody talk about it. So I think I have it in the shade I Desire, and which is weird because I'm not even like seeing the name on it anymore on here. Oh, it's on the actual thing. That's okay. And it's refillable, which is pretty cool. And they have it on the Hourglass website, and then they also have it on the Nordy website. So I just, you know, how elegant, right? And like, it's just really classy looking. Like, this is like, you could even use this as a weapon if you like take this with you in your purse. And it's literally brand new, y'all. Like, I haven't even used it, and I picked it up like some time ago. So I'm like, you know what? Let me use it. I think I'm like wearing an outfit today, which if you stick around to the very end, you know that I show off my full outfit and the perfume, the scent that I'm wearing to church. So I will show y'all. So I think this can go with that. And I think because we're ending summer, I wanted to kind of do some reddish tones, like on the cheeks and on the lips, keep the eye pretty neutral. And yeah, just to kind of like give a last hurrah to like the summer look, because we're going to be getting into the fall makeup soon, which I'm really excited for. And this is the I Desire shade. I think I was influenced by Michelle Wong to actually purchase this particular shade and everything. And I know that she really likes reddish, like corally, like more warm tone red lippies. So that's why I picked it up. But I never see anybody talk about this formula. So I picked it up on Sephora, but I didn't see them on Sephora anymore. But like I said, they still exist. And also, hey Alicia, how are you? I did recently hear that my absolute favorite Chanel Sublimage concealer is now available at Nordstrom. So that's breaking news. So maybe we can use this baby today in celebration of that. So I was going to say, okay, Isabel, you asked about asking your stylist to color your brows. So I'm not really sure what color hair you have. It looks like based on your profile picture, it's darker, like a brunette. My particular hair, I get it dyed a warmer, like really deep, like cherry cola every time I go get my hair done. And my actual hair is brown too, but it's cooler in tone. So I have a little bit of my roots actually growing in. I don't know if the camera's picking up the difference. And I asked my hairstylist, who is literally the best in the game. He's a magician. Shout out Michael De Leon at Salon De Leon in Old Town Camarillo. He's been doing my hair for almost 20 years and my mom's hair for longer. He's a master stylist, and he's, yeah, exceptional at his craft. He told me he didn't think it was necessary. So unless you're changing your hair like pretty drastically, like if you're a brunette, let's say, and then like you want to be like, you're like dyeing your hair to be a redhead, maybe you do want to like dye them a little bit more warm, but I don't think it's absolutely necessary. I have never done it personally myself. Even when I was blonde, I considered like bleaching them a little bit to kind of match my blonde hair. But what I personally do is just switch up the brow product I'm using. When I was blonde, I would get more of like a lighter tone brown for my eyebrows when I fill them in. And now that I'm darker, I go with a darker eyebrow pencil. I go for like when I freshly dye my hair, it's a lot deeper than this. So that's where I reach for like my black brow pens and pencils. And then with washes, it starts to, because he uses demi-permanent hair dye on me, so it kind of starts to fade. And that's where I use more of like my medium browns. And I think that that's really all you need. They even have brow gels if you like using brow gels to give you more volume in your eyebrows, y'all are gonna see how after I apply this red lipstick, my whole face is going to look more even in tone. I learned that that bright red lipsticks have that effect. Where did I hear that? I think I heard that from the Lipstick Lesbians. They have a really great Instagram account. So that's my tip. I think I don't think it's necessary for you to dye your brows, but I've seen people do it, and if your hairstylist knows what they're doing, you know, feel free to try it. Like, it's just eyebrows, they grow back, and you can kind of test out the waters and see if you like it or not. I know some people even do it at home themselves. Ooh, y'all, look at this color. No wonder I never pull this out, because it's kind of intimidating. It's like it's a warm tone red, right? Okay, Heather has some feedback on that. See, I personally think it always looks best when people leave their brows their natural color. Yeah, I kind of agree, Heather. Brittany says she agrees. Our hairstylist, cosmetologist, makeup artist, esthetician, Brittany here. That's her feedback too. She thinks that you should just leave your brows. I kind of agree. And that way when like your roots start to grow out, you know, it doesn't look wonky either. Plus, it's kind of a look, right? Like a vibe when people have like bleach blonde hair, like platinum blonde hair, and then they have like brown eyebrows. I think it looks great still. I don't think it necessarily needs to be matchy-matchy. Hey, girly, welcome back. I'm sorry that we hurt your feelings last time. I don't think anybody on here had that intention. If your mom is giving you permission to watch my content, then I'm glad to hear that. So welcome back. I hope you stick around and that you like my content. Okay, let's everybody just be nice. I want this to be a place of love and kindness always, okay? I truly mean that, seriously. Thanks for coming back. My color tone? Oh my gosh. The hair dye that he uses, if that's what you're asking, I could not tell you, girlfriend, because he like mixes a ton of different, he makes like a concoction for me. So this is without lip liner, y'all. Y'all are giving me compliments on the lip color. Thank you so much. I think I just have to line it just because I don't know. I feel weird without using a lip liner. But I'm going to use Chantecaille in shade Passion. Y'all want to see a swatch? It's like it's not the exact same red, but we'll see if it goes. I don't really have an exact red to match this lipstick. Just gives a little bit more definition. It just goes to show y'all, like, you don't have to have the exact same lip liner to match your lipstick, as long as it's kind of within the same color family, you know. There. She cute? Okay, look, y'all. It looks good on me though. Thank you. That hourglass does look stunning. Thank you, Heather. It's straight up orange. I know, right? It's really bright, like orange. It just goes to show y'all, like, look, like Brittany on here, she's actually been an inspiration for me to wear more of a red lip lately, because even she herself says she doesn't, makeup artist Brittany, She says she rocks a red lippy to work every day, just like on a daily basis. And she doesn't really do much on her face otherwise because she doesn't have time in the morning when she gets ready to go teach. So, and Brittany's bomb at complexion. So sometimes we just don't have time, and I don't want anybody to feel like they can't rock a bright lip. Or that if they rock a bright red lip or bright orange lip, like they have to do a lot everywhere else on their face. Like this looks pretty good, like, right? Without, you saw, I kind of like spot concealed a little bit where I have some imperfections and I have no other makeup on other than my brows. And of course, I have Lashify eyelashes on. You can get 20% off the Lashify website through the link in the description of YouTube and in my bio on Instagram. I actually did these exact lashes with y'all on Monday, Labor Day. I went live. The stream is still up on my Instagram and on my YouTube. If you want to see how I stuck these on myself, and they're on. They've been on all week. And I usually switch them out weekly. And I usually try to do a fresh set for y'all before I go live every week on Sundays. But today I was like, I'm loving this set. I want to leave them on. So yeah, I'm just going to leave them on for another week. But this is why I like Lashify, because they just, it makes me feel put together without having to do much. Shows. I like documentaries, honestly, are my favorite. I'm kind of nerdy that way. But I've been watching like trending stuff on Netflix. I always welcome show recommendations if y'all have any for me. I'm watching, I think it's called like Turning Point right now. It's like it's about like a basketball show, but really I'm just watching it because the acting is really good. What's her face is the lead actress, and it's actually really good so far. You think that liner goes great with that lipstick, says Heather, especially since it looks deeper and cooler. Thank you. Yeah, I do too. I kind of agree. Definitely better with the liner. I think you meant the lip liner, says Stacy. Yeah, right. It gave it a little bit more definition. You definitely don't need to do a whole lot with this look, right, Shannon? I agree. So like if you're rushing, sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't want to do like a bright lip because I'm rushing. But maybe I need to, rethink that myself. Because we can like save ourselves time, right? By just doing a lip and not feeling like we need to do a lot more on the rest of the face. Okay, now I want to put orange red in my bag for vacation. Yeah, your bright red lippies that you were considering today while you were packing kind of inspired probably this too, subliminally. All right, I'm just going to do a little bit of this underpainting technique because I want to try to do... Wait, I'm trying to think. I was trying to do the method that Katie Jane Hughes did. And it's going to kind of be tricky because she... Oh, you know what, y'all? I have the perfect... Oh! Shade Fever by Victoria Beckham. Tell me that is not the perfect blush for this look. I pulled out my Valentino shade 5 for this look, which I love my Valentino blushes. Y'all already know. But I just thought about the fact that I have fever, and I think it'll be better with this lippy. So, and this is good because I saw that she was using some of her own cream blushes when she did do this underpainting technique. So this will be a little bit more similar to like how she did her makeup. I don't know why, like I was just kind of inspired by her. And I figured I'd switch up my method for y'all because I typically do the same type of thing. Like I was gonna go in with my Clé de Peau Cushion Foundation that I've been, having on steady repeat. But I'm like, you know what? Let me switch up the order. I'm gonna do cream blush first. And then what did she do? Then I think she went in and did like foundation where she needed it. Like around the cream blush. Then she did concealer. And I can't remember in what order she put bronzer on. I don't even think she went and did like crazy contour. Yes, Valentino blushes really are the best, right, Heather? Snaps for that. 100% agree. They're so good. I've raved about I have all the shades. I love them. Hey, Susan. I was born in 1993, but thank you. I'm flattered for thinking that I'm a lot younger. I'm 32. I just turned 32. Thank you. My skin looks beautiful. It's the best compliment. I do not have foundation on yet. I do not have foundation on. But I'm telling you, I think a bright red lippy makes our skin look a lot more even, because I do have hyperpigmentation and melasma. Like, my skin is not perfect. That's why I've been working really hard on my skin lately with like lasers and just like skincare at home and stuff like that. Cute. Okay, a little bit clown-like because we haven't done concealer yet. Let's go in with a little bit of the sublimage. You know, I haven't even gone and fact-checked whether this is on the Nordstrom website yet, but I was watching, it's Jacqueline, you know, that luxury beauty reviewer. Hey, it's Jacqueline, I think is like her YouTube name, if I'm not mistaken. She was reviewing the Louis Vuitton beauty collection that she picked up. And she mentioned it in her video, like real briefly, when she was like showcasing what's in her makeup bag. And she was like, oh my God, you guys, by the way, this is available at Nordstrom now. And I was like, ah, because I purchased it directly from the website because it wasn't available on Nordstrom. The foundation was, but not the concealer. Okay, thanks for still streaming me, Kat. And shout out to you if you're watching me on the replay as well. I appreciate you. Make sure y'all like and share with anyone that you think might want to watch. Okay, cute. What's my favorite perfume? You love my lashes, thank you. Pretty color, like poppy, yeah, right? My favorite perfume? Oh, that's so tough. You know, I love me a good Tom Ford perfume. I love my Valentino perfumes. If y'all can see behind me, I have my collection of Valentino perfumes. They never do me dirty. I love Gucci Flora. I love Net, the vanilla. But if you were to ask, the Prada, Kilian, I love those. I'm not that picky when it comes to perfumes, but I am more biased towards vanilla fragrances and more like oud types of fragrances. So if you were to ask me, probably my top 2 favorite fragrances ever that I've ever like smelled, Parfums de Marly, Delina, and I know that's so like cliche of me to say, but she's hyped for a reason. The only reason she might not take like the #1 spot though is because of the throw. I don't think that the throw is that great, and because I found an almost exact dupe of that one, and I've shared it with y'all on here before. So I think that Santal 33 is probably going to be taking the spot for my absolute favorite #1 perfume. It's just so expensive. It's like so pricey. Same with Delina. And I've been wanting to try other Parfums de Marly perfumes, but I just haven't pulled trigger to spend the coin on them. I actually did order the other one in like the more clear tone bottle during the Nordstrom anniversary sale because they had a set. And something really weird happened where I placed this huge order, and I even used like a double point stay on my order and everything because like I got a lot of stuff for the anniversary sale, and they like canceled my order. and then it was like never shipped. And I even called them and I was like, what the hell is going on? And they were like, oh, that's so weird. We don't know why that happened. Sorry about that. And I just never went and reordered it. I was just like over it. Okay, I just have a little bit of this Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate here in Intensity 2. I feel like I have something on my face right there. Just to give me a little bit of dimension, nothing too crazy. I don't have a self tan on right now, so I'm kind of feeling a little bit more pale than usual, so I don't need like a whole lot of bronzer. I'm gonna try to keep the face pretty minimal because we have a pretty intense lippy going on and I don't think we really need it. I've said it on here before, but I get a lot of my inspiration from makeup artists that I watch, and Sam Chapman is a big inspiration for me as well. And she, like, she's an older woman. I don't know if she's in like her, what, 40s or 50s or something, but like, she just, you know, she does these intense eye looks. She doesn't care. She'll pair it with a bright lip, and it looks amazing on her. And she kind of like turned my mindset around about like not having to have a lot of coverage on the rest of your face if you're doing something more bold, like say on your eyes. So anyway, okay, enough of that tangent. I'm going to just, yeah, I typically do a lot more coverage on my face, y'all, but I am going to try to refrain today. And I'm just gonna set this. I am getting to the end of my Laura Mercier loose setting powder, which I'm actually really proud of myself for, because it is always a good day when I empty any type of a makeup product, because that just means that I just made more room in my collection for more. And actually, and I've been collecting some empties for y'all, so I'll probably go live and do like an empties video pretty soon. But I did just empty one of these Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil as well in the shade 4. So that was a pleasant surprise. I still have like another one on backup that I'm going through, but this one's a good one too. Nicola Chapman is fabulous too. She is, right, Susan? Are they related? Can anybody tell me if they're related? Because I've been wondering that. And I feel like they do kind of look alike. Are they like sisters? Nicola looks too young to be like her daughter. They must be sisters. But I've never, like, I found them separately and I've never like heard of them referred to each other. They're sisters. Okay, thank you for that piece of information. Yeah, I agree. They're both amazing makeup artists. What are the chances, right? Yes, the Hakuhodo. This is the J9002. I love it. I like it more than I expected to love it. Yasmin, my friend on here who also loves Fude, inspired me to pick this up. You can pick this baby up on the Fude Bobo website at the link in my bio and in my description here on YouTube. If it's your first time ordering with Fude Bobo, you get 15% off. Otherwise, she provides you with 10% off. But it's an all goat hair and it's like staggered. So that's what I love about it, is like it helps you, like especially with like highly pigmented cream blushes and stuff like that, or like as you can see that Shade and Illuminate, I only wanted to put like a little bit on. You can use this for powder too, it would be great for that, but I really like it for like my highly pigmented. I almost want like a backup of it because I really like it for like cream blush too. I just really love the way it's bundled, how some of the bristles are longer than the other bristles, and because it's 100% natural hair, I tend to prefer it over the very similar Sonia G Sheer Mini Buffer, I want to say. I don't know. I feel badly like saying anything bad about Sonia G because I love her and she can do no wrong, but You know, I buy all of, you know, I never get gifted brushes. So everything that you hear from me on here is unbiased. If you like the sheer mini buffer, I think you'd like this one too. And I just like the smaller circumference. I find that I use this one more than like the larger version, like the sheer buffer. That's a high praise. I know. It's great. This is why I can't buy Sonia G brushes. There's so many other Fude brushes I want to get. Yeah, I don't blame you. And I don't get any commissions off of Beautylish either because they took themselves off of Shop My or LTK. They used to be on LTK and they're not anymore. So I still buy Sonia G. I'm about to showcase her eye brushes for y'all, but I won't make anything off of the purchases, which is fine. I don't only do this to make money. I do this because I love it. Gotta keep hydrated. Drink your water. Okay. So I think we got a pretty good base going on. One quick thing that I'll do is dip into my Natasha Denona contour powder, give myself a tiny bit of definition on my nose, just because if y'all can see, like, my nose is kind of disappearing, right? So I want to kind of bring it back to life a little bit. So I'm just going to ever so slightly contour it to define it, because you see the lip, you see the cheeks, and then the nose is almost like in a photo where it's like overexposed. So there you go. Just gonna kind of bring the nose back to life, give it a little structure. This is a little Takeda brush I got secondhand. If anybody wants to get any Takeda brushes off of their hands, feel free to hit me up in my DMs, because I'm not above buying secondhand brushes. And I have pretty much, yeah, like I'm pretty stocked up on brushes. I think like I'm actually I should probably start to thin my collection out. But the exception to that is Takeda. I can never have enough Takeda. Yes, you're sipping on water too. Love that. Okay. I think the face is looking pretty good. I love this little brush for spot concealing. You can find it on Fude Beauty. I also have an affiliate link for Fude Beauty and CD Japan. I actually got oh, you know what, y'all? I was supposed to use this one for cream blush, and I totally forgot. I used my J9002 instead. Dang. Okay, well, I might top it with a little bit of, dang, I was supposed to use my iHoda one, y'all. Nobody reminded me. Let me just, okay, I'm going to use it with my powder bronzer. Let's do that. I'm going to warm it up with a little bit of powder bronzer. I have my Valentino one pulled out, but I feel badly using my Valentino one because it only comes in one shade, and like, what the heck is that? Like, Valentino, hello? Like, I love it because of the same reasons why I love the blushes. It's like the formula that really stands out, but I can't like recommend it or like showcase it on my channel so much, because it's just like, how do you just come out with one shade and call it universal? Like, doesn't make sense. But maybe we have to keep calling Valentino out so that they do expand their shade range. And I got the refill because she's expensive, and I got it on Nordstrom if anybody is interested. But for now, I'm just going to use a little bit of my Gucci Shade 3. My night creams, yeah, of course. So I keep it pretty basic for my night creams. I'll use like a moisturizer. It doesn't matter really which moisturizer. I just use kind of like whatever I have on hand. I try to use vitamin C, but I heard that technically you should probably use more vitamin C during the day. But the problem is I have oily skin, so I tend not to like want to use much of a moisturizer underneath my makeup because I just get oily throughout the day. So mainly my skincare routine at night is pretty simple. It is tretinoin, and then something to like combat my melasma. So I've been alternating between like a couple of like lightening creams to really try to combat my melasma. I even forget what they're called, but my main thing is like tretinoin because I'm acne prone, and then just like a simple moisturizer. I keep it super simple for my skincare routine. And I've been seeing a dermatologist ever since like 6th grade. And I've gone through a few dermatologists and they all kind of say the same thing. They're like, just make sure you're using something to target like exfoliation, which is in like acne, and then just moisturize. So that's pretty much it. And so I just kind of like use different variations of moisturizers to just kind of like keep it fun and interesting. Sometimes I'll use a toner. I'll use sometimes those like what Dr. Brandt like toning pads. I think they're Dr. Brandt. Maybe it's a I'm forgetting. You know, the step 1 and step 2. Sometimes I use the Ren AHA and BHA toner for like lightening. I went through a whole like the ordinary glycolic acid toner. So I definitely just make sure that I'm like exfoliating at least once a day, whether that's in the morning or at night. And that's pretty much Dr. Dennis Gross. Thank you, Heather. I just blinked. Yeah, the Dr. Dennis Gross, like step 1 and step 2 little like pads that I use to just like exfoliate if I'm lazy and I don't want to take out like a toner and put it on like a cotton pad, but I just switch it up. Do I like the Hakuhodo J6455 and 6456? You know what? Right now I'm actually forgetting which ones those are, but I'm going to thank you for the question. I will try to go dig into my collection and see if I even own those. I have a ton of Hakuhodo brushes, so I might own them. But when Hakuhodo is not on the top of my mind, I tend to just like forget about which numbers are which, because there's so many of them, right? Okay, so I don't necessarily feel the need to do anything on the eyes. Like I'm good to go. Like with this look, I would probably just throw on some bottom lash mascara and call it a day. But speaking of Hakuhodo, I've been loving this one for highlighter. This is the F6441. And I just brought out my Hindash one today because I've been using the heck out of my Gucci highlighters and I just wanted to switch it up for y'all. And I do like this Hindash one. And like I said, I've never stopped highlighting like 2016 highlighting. So I like a beaming highlight. That's pretty. Thank you. Oh, you use those on Bay. Yeah, I know that you're, yes, Shannon, that your partner has oily skin like me. So yeah, whether you have oily or dry skin, it's always recommended to keep it nice and exfoliated. So to keep it nice and simple on the eyes, and just to showcase the new Sonia G brushes with y'all, and just because we have time, I brought out a very simple quad here. This is the Tom Ford Della Creme eyeshadow quad, and it's available on Sephora. So everything I'm using, I'll link for y'all. And after the live, you can shop through my links if anybody's interested. But that's pretty, right? Since the lippy is leaning more orangey, this quad leans a little bit more warm. It's pretty simple. It's pretty basic. Oh, you know which one I should have used for highlight is this one. See, I like brought out all my new brushes to use with y'all, and I'm like totally forgetting. But another way that I really like to use this one is with powder contour. And I put up a short and a reel for y'all showcasing how I've used these new Sonia G brushes that she just recently released that you can pick up on Beautylicious. This is the TF4, and this is the perfect little shape to get into like smaller crevices, like up here in the hairline, to just put a little bit of contour right here underneath the cheekbone, along the jawline. If you feel the need to have a little bit of definition, right, to kind of define the jawline. It can kind of work for the eyes, but only if you have like a lot of eye space. I have kind of a hooded eye, so sometimes I do like to use the trick of just like dipping into whatever blush I'm using and just kind of popping a little bit into my eye socket right here. And I find that it kind of like marries the whole look together. So I do kind of like this big brush for that. But for the eye socket, she came out with this baby right here. That fits even better right here in the crease area. So I will be using that for today. And I didn't go ahead and use an eye primer. I don't think that I necessarily need an eye primer because I'm not going to be rocking this look for very long. And I'm not going in with any like crazy like sparkly shadows or anything like that. So let's just kind of skip an eyeshadow primer, right? If anything, y'all can just use whatever concealer you're using for your eyeshadow. All right, let's see if we can get you, I want you to be really able to see the eyeshadow look. So I'm kind of like adjusting the camera for y'all to really be able to see what I'm doing here. You just went to order that Sonia GTF4 and wanted to use your link, but I didn't see. Oh, thank you, Heather, for trying to use my link. I know we used to have affiliate links for Beautylish through my LTK. So if you're ever looking for anything that I'm using, I usually link everything on my ShopMy, and if not on my LTK, but they took themselves off. So there's no affiliate link right now for Beautylish, but thank you so much for looking out for me like that. I really do appreciate it. Okay, let's take this. Let's go in with this matte shade right here. And I'm just gonna throw it into the crease. Wow. Dang, y'all. I like barely tapped into that, and you see how much color payoff? That, yeah, of course, Heather. I know it does stink. I'll let y'all know if they ever get back on LTK for us creators to be able to get a commission off of Beautylish, but sadly not anymore, at least for now. This is why I love Tom Ford eyeshadows. Do you see how easily that just blended out so effortlessly? Yes, of course, my pleasure. Any questions that y'all have for me, please feel free to drop them in the chat. I'm always happy to answer. Yeah, I used to be on Accutane for a few years and my skin was really, really dry. So my nighttime skincare routine has kind of changed since then. I would otherwise be telling you that I would like layer on the moisturizer. I would get like a moisturizing toner, and then my skin could not drink enough moisture during that time when I was like drier than the Sahara Desert. But now my skin is back to its normal state, and it's combo to oily. And the only reason it's combo is because I use prescription grade tretinoin. So, you know, the whole nature of that is to like make your skin peel since it's exfoliating. But if it weren't for that, it's just, my skin is just straight up oily. Okay, cute. I like how this is like a chunky shape. It fits perfectly in your eye socket. And it just, yeah, I just love it. So cute, right? So if y'all aren't familiar with these bristles, they are dyed in a way that is a traditional way of dyeing goat hair in Japan. These are handmade brushes, and the kakibu somi, I think is how it's pronounced, way of dyeing the tips they use persimmons, so to keep it very natural and to preserve the integrity of the softness of the bristles and to just give it that beautiful orange hue. And I personally love the way that that looks, both aesthetically and functionally, because you know, with our white hair brushes, right, they tend to like look stained even after one use, like this. So I love the fact that these don't look as dirty, if you will. So I always like to just like wipe down my brushes between uses, but I just think that it just gives a really beautiful aesthetic. I love the natural wood exposed here. These handles are beautiful. It's just gorgeous. The kanji here, the fact that she labels her brushes. Yeah, it's just beautiful. I love how they go from like slim to like wider. It's just a matter of preference. I really enjoy the details, how like there's a flush handle here. So unlike this Hakuhodo one where you can see the crimping in the handle, it's just a way that the artisan had to go out of his way to get that flush, and so that you won't see that lip where they have to stick this on with glue. So I just really appreciate the aesthetics of Sonia G brushes as well. Anyway, okay, so that one that I just used in the crease was the T8, and you can buy these separately too, individually. So you don't have to buy the full the full set of 3, but if you do buy the set of 3, it comes with a little, Beautylish gives you a little box as just like a freebie. Okay, and then she has, and this is an expansion to what she already had available. So she's expanding her range and these style of brushes, and they're all great. I have all of them. Sonia G holds a special place in my heart. I've said this before on here, but because she's the reason why I even got into Fude in the first place. All right, so I'm going to be going in to this lighter shade right here and hitting the inner corner. Sorry, it keeps like disconnecting here on Instagram. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, so taking the lighter shade on the inner corner, giving us a bright inner corner pop. Interesting, Shannon. Okay. Yeah, it's so weird, right? That's pretty, right? So this one is like, this one is like a flat, more flat type of brush here. So it's great at like picking up product. It doesn't splay out very much, which is good. Because it means that it's easier to pick up eyeshadows and put them down, place them. So that just effortlessly applied right there on the inner corner. Thank you, Kat. Welcome back. Okay, so I'm also now going to go in with this shade here. It's like a shimmer. And I'll put that in the middle, in the center of the eyelid. These bristles are so soft. So soft. This is a very natural quad. Very everyday friendly quad. Cute. All right. Uh-oh. Did I drop it? No, it's in my lap. Thank goodness. Okay, this was the T7 that I just used. And then, last but not least, this is going to be the T9. So it's this little detail brush. I love these little detail brushes. And I like kind of just like wiggling a dark shadow. I did this during my last live too, last Sunday. And I just like to kind of fake an eyeliner. You could even do this with like a kohl eyeliner if you want. And just kind of blend it out using a little detail brush like this. But this is a great little detail brush. It's flat, but it's kind of like tapered. So you get that nice detail for the lash line. And I like to just kind of do a blown out, kind of more effortless looking powder wing. See the difference between my right eye, my left eye without that step? It's subtle, but it does make a difference. And we're almost done, y'all. I always forget brow gel when I come up on here live. I save that step to the very end and then I forget. So today I'm gonna try not to forget. You love doing that powder wing like that. Gorgeous, right, Heather? You like that flat shape. Interesting. Darn, says Becky, I didn't think I needed those brushes until now. Yeah, I mean, if you feel like these have a place in your collection to fill, you know, get them. But these are kind of shapes that like some of you may have already in other like types of brushes and brands that maybe you don't feel the need to have them. I know my friend Yasmin initially skipped on the eye ones, but she picked up the face one. So I don't know. Another thing to consider is that the Beautylish sale is coming up shortly as well. So maybe you can pick these up at a discount during the Beautylish sale, the gift card event. Not at a discount, but like if you meet the $100 threshold, you get like $20 back in store credit, and that's pretty much the biggest sale that they have. So, okay, bye, Stacy. Thank you. I'm about to be done anyway. Have a good evening. I can't get over how beautiful that lip is. Thank you, Susan. No worries, Kat. I hope church went well. Jesus is a priority, so I'm never gonna be mad. Okay. So I always like to hit the bottom lashes with a little bit of bottom lash mascara. I didn't really do anything on the lower lash line, but maybe I should. Maybe I should just take a tiny bit of that dark brown shade. It's really great for lower lash line detail work. Love it. Yeah, I mean, I tried like not to watch like any reviews before picking this up. I didn't watch any reviews before picking these up because I picked them up as soon as they released. And I didn't watch really any reviews before I put them to use, other than maybe my friend Sensory. She might have put up content using these before I use them. But yeah, other than that, I didn't like look at videos or anything like that because I didn't even actually look into like her blog. I know she usually does like a whole detailed write-up of any brushes that she releases, just to kind of like give us information about brushes and their purpose and why she created what the brushes that she created. So if anybody's interested in reading up on these brushes more, Sonia G's blog is called Sleep Makeup Temptations. And you can read up on, you know, the whole process behind making them. Why is it saying poor connection on YouTube? What the heck? Or I mean on Instagram. It's annoying. This is just the Hourglass Caution. It keeps going and going and going. I've been using this same one forever. It's a tubing formula. The not Caution, it's the Unlocked. But I like using a tubing mascara for my bottom lashes because it doesn't budge or flake. And it comes off really easily with warm water when I remove my makeup at the end of the day. All right, let's go in with the brow gel. My brow gel is behind this camera, so let me just move y'all real quick. I'll go in with the Anastasia one today. This is the Brow Freeze Gel. Oh, why am I dropping everything? Okay, I'm gonna put it down so don't drop it. The Brow Freeze Gel. I'm curious to know if y'all are planning on picking up any new releases that we've seen. We were talking about, I just found out today that Natasha Denona is coming out with 2 new big eyeshadow palettes. I have the Biba, and it kind of reminds me, it's giving like the Biba vibes, so I know I definitely don't need those, although I love Natasha Denona. I never showcase the Biba either because, again, it's discontinued, and I try not to show things on my channel that y'all can't get because I just feel badly when people ask. But that Biba one is iconic, and I'm sure probably a lot of you all have it. Okay. Hopefully my brows are somewhat even. So at the end of the makeup look, I just go back and I kind of like tweak anything that needs to be tweaked. I think we're looking pretty good. Brow gel is on, highlighter is on. I think that's pretty much it, y'all. I think that's gonna be the look. I make sure my lip liner is even, because these are the things that drive me nuts. Okay, that's gonna be the look. The new palettes remind you of Makeup by Mario's palette colors. Yeah, right, that's a good point. Fragrance, need to go. Okay, yeah, I saw that one. Okay, so y'all know, I just have kind of like a thing that I do where I try to pull out fragrances that match my outfit. And since today I'm using chambray, I pulled out my blue perfumes. What is this little piece of lint here? Okay. So these are my 3 blue perfumes. Ariana Grande Cloud, I think it's called. She cute, but I got it because it was supposedly a dupe for Baccarat Rouge. Yeah. I don't have Baccarat Rouge to compare it to, but supposedly it's a dupe. Ocean by Armani. R.I.P. Giorgio Armani. A moment of silence for the legend who recently passed away. May he rest in peace. And again, Giorgio Armani My Way. So, I don't know. Y'all can tell me what you think. Kat's going to tell me to use a concoction of all three. I already know. And then I'm just going to show y'all my outfit real quick. Okay. For those of you that stayed till the very end. So today we're doing a jean on jean look, which is interesting for me. This is giving like Britney Spears, like early 2000s vibes, right? Like the denim on denim. But I got this fit from Nordstrom, and I'll try to link the top and the bottoms for y'all. The bottoms are Alex Mill. What's the top? Not Alex Mill. I had a mix and match. Treasure and Bond. That one Nordstrom brand. Treasure and Bond, I think. Yeah, so it just so happened that they kind of matched each other. So hopefully y'all can see. And then I just recently picked up these shoes from Jenny Kane. So this is my first time wearing these babies because Jenny Kane had a sale recently. And I always let y'all know whenever Jenny Kane has a sale. I've picked up several pairs of shoes from Jenny Kane and I've loved them all. I have problematic feet that just, it's not very easy for me to find shoes that fit really well and are really good quality, but these Jenny Kanes have not disappointed. They're made in Portugal. I wear a size 38. Super comfy. They're giving like Birkenstock vibes, but like more elevated. And I recently had a run-in with a really bad case of plantar fasciitis. So I'm like trying to be more conscious of getting like the soles with like the support and stuff like that. It's kind of hard to like be cute and practical at the same time, y'all, right? First world problems. But yeah, that's gonna be the look, y'all. I hope you had a good time on this live. I had so much fun with y'all on here. Have a great week, everyone. Denim on denim. Yes, the classics are back. Have to do Armani anything. Okay, let's do Armani. I'm gonna do a little bit of My Way on the neck. And I'm gonna do this. This smells like really clean and fresh. I love this one by Armani. The ocean one. Love that. And then the My Way smells a little bit more like fruity, feminine. So I think that they'll be a good mix together. The denim looks lovely with the red lip. Yay! I'm so glad that we nailed it. I always try like ahead of time to like make sure that my makeup looks good with like my outfit, but I'm like very like last minute. I'm very type B. I'm a type B Virgo. So my personality is always like running all over the place. So I'm so glad that it ended up looking good and that y'all enjoyed the look. Thank you so much again for joining me. I'll see you next week, hopefully Sunday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please double click, hit that like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Bye, everyone. Love you.